Who remembers the BJ and Bill show all those years ago on WOLZ? Well, many have said they missed the show, and guess what? They're back. Welcome to the BJ and Bill podcast.
Welcome to BJ and Bill, the podcast, a part of the Podcast Playground Network. We ask you to please give us that 5-star review. Subscribe, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, wherever you do your potting. So make sure that, you got us checked off so we show up in your mailbox every Wednesday when the new episodes drop. And of course, hey, we got the 5-star review out of the way. See, I don't have my cheat sheet, so I might just go on for hours and hours and
Try
hours.
not to.
Oh, okay. But I think I covered most of the good stuff.
Right,
So,
and this is episode 57.
Yeah, 157. We are now 3 years in to potting, as they say.
Wow. That's amazing. 3 years in. So actually, big congratulations are in order to BJ Odom today. He survived the weekend without any major heart complications from watching football.
And as close as that score was, there is no reason that it didn't happen. But I just think I went into AFib after this surgery, and I think I just had too much trauma on the body. And I'm still, if you, again, I know no one out there in podcast land wants to see me naked, but if you did.
Nobody anywhere wants to see you naked.
But I'm just black and blue everywhere. I look like Guido said, hey, you didn't pay your bill? Let us break up a few things and maybe you think about it next week, So I look like I've just been beat to a pulp.
Beaten up. Well,
my arms, my groin, my belly.
Ow.
I'm just black and blue everywhere.
I hear you. I hear that. And it's interesting you mentioned that because my left arm is kind of sore today up there on the bicep. And I'm thinking, why? And then I'm thinking, well, they tried to stick me there twice for anesthesia going into my surgery. By the way, we'll talk about that in a minute. But that's not where they ended up doing the major work. They did the major work on the other arm. I don't know. We're both just in lousy shape today. I did the surgery. Thank you very much. It went well. Although, as I've been telling everybody right now, they took the oil out of the eye and they replaced it with a little air bubble and a little bit of saline solution, just basically salt water, which your body turns into whatever it needs. And right now, as I look at the world with my left eye, it's like when you were a kid and you'd go swimming underwater in the pool and you open your eyes. Everything has that kind of wobbly, shaky, out of focus kind of look to it. And it looks like I'm looking at a bubble level right across the middle of the left eye. It's like if I roll my head to the side, it shakes, it moves like a bubble. Well, I am literally today a half bubble off level.
I think you're just a level, you can look at the wall. You should go and put every picture up that you've ever wanted to put up. And the ones that could be crooked, you can look at them and figure out if they're crooked or if they're up there correctly today.
That's that's making lemonade out of lemons. I appreciate that, BJ Odom. Thank you so much. That's really So anyway, thankfully, and I knew the surgery, the replacement was a lot easier and faster than the original. So I'm not going to say I was in and out quickly because, of course, they have the whole setup thing where they got to, take your vital signs of 20 times. Well, what I'm telling you about surgery? No, I'm just telling our friends and listeners that, I had to lay there for a while and get the anesthetic going and anesthesia going. And then they wheeled you in and then they actually strapped me down this time. I'm like, what am I, like some criminal or something? And they're like, no, we just don't want you reaching up and scratching your eye or something while we're working on it. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't do that last time. So anyway, I was in and out less than an hour, recovered, come home, spent the weekend on the couch watching some incredible college and pro football. So it was a good use of my time.
My time was pretty boring when it came to college football. Although I think Purdue won, but man, the Gators, that was sad.
It has taken exactly I timed it. It has taken exactly 3.65 seconds for people to start talking about replacing Billy Napier, the head coach of the Florida Gators again. Somebody came right out and said, just fire him on the field. It doesn't matter.
What the heck is
So
going on?
Florida, the UCF Bulls, the Florida. I'm excited for them. They've been off the radar for years. They don't play in any big conference, but right down there in downtown Tampa and St. Pete, UCF Bulls, and they have now beaten two ranked opponents. In fact, I saw a few of their tweets over the weekend. They are the only team in the nation who was an unranked team who beat two ranked opponents. So cool for them. Good for them. Now they go to Miami next week, which should be really interesting. But yes, I'm sorry, I got off track. Not a good week for the Gators here in beautiful Gainesville, Florida. Not a good week.
Can you imagine though if they win again next week?
Oh, the Bulls of UCF?
Yeah.
Oh, if they beat Miami, that will be humongous. Humongous. Yeah, that would be impressive. But I don't see that happening, but I'm sure I didn't see the Bulls beating the Gators either. So here we are.
Of course, Friday I was just on the campus, so maybe that's what helped them. I don't know.
There, see, you were there. You were inspiring the UCF team there with your presence on campus. What do you mean you weren't on campus?
Yes,
you drove through campus.
No, I don't live on that campus, but I'm on that campus a lot.
Really?
Because when you look at Tampa General Hospital,
yes,
a lot of their doctors, they're in the, there's the UF medical centers, University of
UF
Florida.
Medical Center, huge up here in Gainesville.
So like a lot of the Tampa General Hospital people are also like doctors from UCF.
University of Central Florida, UCF.
No,
that's
UCF.
cool. I did not know that.
Wait.
That's
No,
cool.
UCF is here in Orlando.
Okay, you're right. USF. You're right. You were right the first time I blew it.
Yeah.
University of South Florida. Yeah.
And my electrophysicist or whatever I call him, the electrician of the heart.
Electrician.
Because I had to see the electrician.
Yep.
So I was just there. Well, it's Thursday, not Friday, I guess. I was on the campus Thursday seeing the electrician for my heart.
Wow. Here we are, two old men talking about their various medical procedures. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I could go on for days and days.
I know you could. Read the book. Buy his book. Coming soon to a bookstore near you.
I think we're just weeks away.
Awesome.
So
that is awesome. Well, anyway, so it was a really in here at Bill's house, of course, where his lady friend is an FSU fan, huge Seminole fan. It was a very good week. Seminoles had another good week, and in fact, will be leapfrogging a lot of teams, including the Gators, in the new AP college football ranking. So that was a good weekend, and then we watched a couple of other good games, and then week one of the NFL, BJ Odom is currently wearing his red Tampa Bay Buccaneers hat. Did you wear that yesterday for luck during the game?
I wore that yesterday, and I also wore the red jersey yesterday, and the wife wore the, what do you call it, the creamsicle jersey?
The creamsicle one, yep.
So that's how we're starting the year. When we get a loss under our belt,
okay.
Knowing her, she'll wash hers, and I shouldn't just go in there and tell her, don't wash.
Well, we have to account for that. I get it.
But I'm not washing mine until, they lose.
Okay.
And then we'll switch, and then I will go to the creamsicle, and we'll see how that does.
Okay. So, as you know, as our friends and listeners on the podcast know, we are all huge Buccaneers fans around here. The Bucks yesterday, I'm not going to call it an instant classic, but it was close. It was a nail biter against the Atlanta Falcons in ATL. Came down to the last drive. We scored the last drive to go up by 3 and then missed the extra point, which would have gone up by 4, which would have pretty much, I'm not going to say iced it, but would have made it a lot harder. But no, We were only up by 3. Penix and crew marched right down the field, went to kick the game tying field goal as time expired, and doinked it off the upright. And there was some cheering in this house. Let me tell you what I'm sure there was in the BJ Odom household too.
Yeah, what? Because let me tell you, when they missed the field goal, I mean not the field goal, but
the extra point,
you heard cursing in the
I'm sure you did.
in the BJ
You
Odom
did at my
household.
house too.
And then when they got into, because I really did, I thought they were definitely in field goal range,
Oh sure.
and I said some more bad words.
Oh sure. There were bad words all around.
Thank
There were
God,
plenty of them.
well, not thank God our kicker was sucky, but thank God their kicker was sucky. It just was not a kicker's day.
It was not a kicker's day. No. Even though the kicker from USF who beat the Gators as time expired. So I guess kicking on now. You know who the kicker was for you? You know who the kicker is for the Bulls for USF?
No.
It's a Grammatica. And if you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, you know that name because Martin Grammatica was the kicker for the Bucks. I think back in Super Bowl days, but years and years and years and years.
Was
and
it
his brother
son
was
then?
another kicker in the NFL somewhere. It's a family of kickers. Who knew? Anyway, that's
You
good.
they get a lot of those college kickers. Well, probably even from soccer.
Right. And a lot of them are Australian too. And I actually heard and I don't remember who said it, but on one of the college games this weekend, they said the kickers for so-and-so from Australia, they're all from Australia these days. And they just kept going. It was like pretty funny. So anyway, there you go. So the Bucks now next week, division rivals, play the Saints, play the New Orleans Saints. By the way, the Bucks are already on top of the division because everybody else lost.
Yeah, I know.
I love
was
that.
a good thing.
Love that. Jacksonville beat Carolina. The Saints lost, and we beat Atlanta. It's perfect.
And you will never hear me say this.
Uh-oh.
And you will never hear me praise an HOA ever. Because really when it comes
I don't know where this is going.
Because when it comes deep down into my gut, I despise HOAs.
Most people do.
Homeowners Association.
Yep, most people do.
But our HOA this past year decided to make a deal with Spectrum, giving us Spectrum Internet, Spectrum TV, and because Spectrum was trying to, get this bundle package through our HOA, which, helps them because who's ever watching Spectrum television, they can raise their rates because they have so many subscribers.
Sure.
So we got for free for the next 5 years. I won't even be here 5 years, but for the next 5 years, we have the Red Zone.
The NFL Red Zone channel.
Oh my God. I fell in love yesterday.
Now, for those who don't know, that means what? That's any game that's inside the red zone. In other words, in the 20-yard line, and the team's you would assume, getting ready to score. That's what you're watching.
Right.
Right.
And also, of course, let's say somebody makes like a 50-yard run or a 60-yard run, then boom, that also goes up there right away.
Okay.
And oh my God.
So you were in football heaven yesterday.
I'm not even, I'm a Bucks fan.
Of course.
And then besides that, I could really, I don't get that excited.
Okay.
But watching the Red Zone. And I think that can help me too from not getting heart failure because, you're trying to follow all the games.
Right.
But, you're just seeing all the great plays. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. Although I was going back and forth from the Red Zone to, the Buccaneers game, to the Buccaneers game, back to the Red Zone. But then finally, after, the Bucs game was over,
right,
I just watched the Red Zone for the rest of the afternoon. And
interesting.
It is awesome to watch.
So you're actually getting that for free. That's quite the bargain there. That's good for you. So that you're right. I would actually like you said, I wouldn't say anything nice about the HOA, but I would probably lay off the insults for a while.
Yeah, I know. I love my
Yeah,
HOA.
said nobody ever.
They can ram anything up my hiney they want to, but I've
Said
got
nobody
the red
ever.
zone.
Right. All right, now we've gone too far. We've too much credit, too much. So
What? What? Our HOA fees went up $100 this month? Who cares? I'm getting the red zone.
you can get the now. And I asked you this, and of course we didn't know. You didn't know. I didn't know. Is that's different than the NFL than Sunday Ticket, right?
And I don't know
I don't either. I don't either.
because I don't know what the Sunday ticket is, but the red zone is, like I said,
Yeah.
they show all the great plays, and sometimes they're behind, like this just happened,
Right.
so and so just got 70 yards with this
Right.
carry, and then of course they'll go back and forth. It'll be like a split screen almost. These guys are like on the red zone, the other team's on the red zone, and the crowd, you just hear the voice go out of that one, and then the new announcer come. It's
Right.
a slick operation to watch.
Well done. Well done. So cool. Cool. I was going to ask if they do the split screen, the multi-screen thing, because I can do the multi-screen thing. Like on a Sunday afternoon when there's two games, I can do split screen for the two of them. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm addicted to it because I'm not. Usually there's one good game that you want to watch. Like yesterday, we were watching the Bucks game. The other game was Miami getting filleted. See what I did there? Miami Dolphins getting filleted by the Colts, by the Baltimore Colts. So yeah, not Baltimore. Listen to me. Oh my God, set the Wayback Machine.
Denver.
Indianapolis Colts.
Oh,
Sorry
yeah,
very
Indianapolis
much.
Colts.
Sorry very much there. Wow. It must be my drugs that I'm not taking any drugs, so I have nothing to blame. So there you go.
Yeah, I would like to have that for college football too, the red zone. And there is one out there, but that would
The
be
problem,
interesting.
yeah, there's a lot of competition though. I mean, you got like the, ESPNs of the world, and then you got the SEC network and the ACC network, and you got now ESPN. I don't know if they own most of those, but they have a majority. So like yesterday or Saturday rather, when we didn't know, I couldn't find the Florida Seminole game, the FSU Seminole game anywhere until I just started literally scrolling through the 150 channels that I have on my YouTube. And I'm like, oh, look, the ACC network. I guess we get it. So there was happiness. There was happiness in my house where we could watch the Seminoles.
Now, before we wrap up sports, I do want to also commend ESPN, because you say they have a lot of college games.
A lot.
And I think they own like a lot of these little networks that show, different football games.
Yes.
And now they have kind of taken a tip from DirecTV, because they're doing split screens with various college games now on the new, because they just launched it, the first week of college football, the new ESPN app, which is, good for television, which is good for your smartphone or your tablet.
Right.
And they have, split screens. They do it up right. So
you showed me that. You sent me a picture of you watching it. Does it, since you have your Spectrum cable, does the ESPN app just come with it? I mean, it doesn't cost you any more?
Believe it or not, and this will be the final time that I say anything good about an HOA, but listen to what we get in our package.
Right.
And it's costing us $44 a month.
Nice.
We get internet.
Yep.
We get TV cable. And then we get Paramount. We get the ESPN. We get the Disney. We get Peacock.
Really?
The only one we don't get, but then I found it somewhere where I can get it for $1 through through Spectrum. So we get Hulu too. I think I get the only thing we pay for besides the $44, because heck, we're getting everything for free. So, why not spread the wealth a little bit? So we get Netflix. I buy Netflix.
Wow.
And I buy my wife, because I don't know, she likes some show on there, so she broke down and got it not long ago, but Apple TV. And
Oh,
of
wow.
course,
That too. Wow.
and of course, now that doesn't come. Apple TV and Netflix does not come with
Right. With
our,
your cable package.
that we pay extra. And then of course we have Prime also.
Wow.
Because
Yeah. Yeah, I have
who
that.
doesn't have Prime? Because if you get the free delivery and you order a lot from,
Amazon.
yeah, you just get it.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much everybody does that. Yeah.
So
Wow. So you're
I'm
decked out
connected.
in that. You
Yeah.
you got the whole thing. Yeah, good for you. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, you're right. I think that's probably enough of beating sports and cable TV and HOAs to death. But
Besides the HOAs.
with that in mind, we will be right back. So anyway, I hope everybody had a good weekend elsewise as well. Yours truly still on the couch. Just I'm going to do nothing here and recover from my surgery here. BJ Odom fully recovered from whatever he's doing, but still kind of black and blue. But it's all good.
I wouldn't say I'm fully recovered.
Okay.
Now tomorrow though, I do go, to the surgeon to say, "Oh man, I did that." And I'm going, "Hell yeah, you did that. Look how black and blue I am, you sons of a bitches."
This is still from his hernia surgery, which apparently they decided they weren't making enough money on the first surgery, so they had to go back in and do it again. BJ.
And then of course, and I understand because of my heart history, they wanted to put an A line in when they had me out.
What's A-line? What's that?
That's like it goes through your artery. That's like they put a thing in your artery
Right?
and they get like blood pressure that's like to the minute, to the second blood pressure.
Okay.
And, so they get blood pressure, all that
Right.
stuff.
Right.
And so they're monitoring it, very
Right.
closely while they got me out.
Right.
And so, they put two different A lines in,
Wow.
which means that's why I think my arm is so sore and black and blue because I'm thinking somewhere in there that as they went into the A line or, the artery, they probably went through some tendon because this arm just hurts like a mother.
All right. I get it. And I could add to that, but I'm sick and tired of the medical stuff. What else can I talk about?
I'm trying to think what else has happened in our life.
No, that's pretty much been it for PJ and Bill in the last couple of weeks. It's been medical all the time. It's been like if we were a cable TV show, this would either be like, General Hospital or something like that. It would be pretty awful. But yeah, I get it. So
Thank God for my son. I get to talk to him like once in a while and he tells me
Right.
what's going on in his life.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with medical things. So
Oh, that's good. That's good
so it excites me, just to hear from him.
to hear real family stuff. 'Cause
Yeah,
your son, of course,
what's
has
going
kids
on in
and
the
all.
world? Like he went and saw the Bubba documentary, and he said it was pretty dang on good.
Okay. Okay.
Because Bubba invited
documentary.
him, because now him and Bubba are new besties, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Bubba, our old Tampa Bay DJ friend, Bubba the Love Sponge, is that's right. He's coming to the. Is he already on the
And
podcast?
he
Playground?
started Tuesday.
Awesome. So you might want to go check that out. Other shows here on the podcast Playground. So that's all good.
So he told me about his trip to Tampa.
Right.
And so that was, it wasn't medical. And I'm like, oh, this is so refreshing to listen to his story.
It's not medical.
Now, I will say too, because I still don't feel awesome. So my wife and my daughter, and I guess I can't call him my son-in-law because they're not married, her boyfriend, they are, they're big into the parks.
Oh yeah. Well, he works for SeaWorld.
Yeah, he's corporate dude for SeaWorld. So they went, well, actually they went again Saturday night, but Friday night they took my wife and they said, well, we're going to go first to see how scary it is. But they took her to the, what is it, Hollow Scream or whatever that they do at SeaWorld.
Right. Howl Scream. Yep.
Yeah, so she went and enjoyed that. She got a you can get, I didn't know this, but now I don't know if they do it at Universal because Universal has a big, Halloween.
Yeah. Haunted. Yeah. Yeah.
They have it also, over in Busch Gardens.
Right.
But
right.
you can get a no scream like you put it around your neck. It's like a lanyard, and then it flashes, and it's like a no scare like it's like kryptonite for these monsters, I guess. They
But
come
say
at you.
more about this. I've never heard this before. What? So you wear? I'm going through Howl O Scream at SeaWorld. I wear this lanyard, and it flashes while
Yeah,
I'm in the dark room.
yeah, and they're not supposed to scare you.
How do they not scare you? It's a haunted house.
She says,
They come out like the zombies come out of the wall and go, "Oh,
"Oh,
hi, Mrs.
yeah."
Odom. How's it going?"
It was really funny though. She did say this one lady comes up like, real bloody,
Right,
your typical Halloween horror
right,
person, and goes, "Well, I can't scare you, but it doesn't. That flashing lanyard who has says I can't talk to you, so I'm going to talk to you. I just can't scare you."
I just get scared. That is hilarious. And so, for starter, why would I go to a haunted house and tell them, "All right, I'm coming to your haunted house, but don't scare me"? That doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean,
Well,
it's kind of the purpose. It's kind of the reason they're there.
Well, the reason for this story is not to talk about medical problems, but I think my daughter and her boyfriend said, "Okay, now BJ's at home in AFib tonight.
Right.
So let's not take his wife, our sweet mother, and
Right.
scare the bejesus out of her and have her in heart failure. And then both of our parents are like dying all of a sudden in the same night." So maybe they said, "Mom, we're going to get you one of these no scare lanyards."
That's both cool and hilarious to me at the same time. It's like I have never ever heard of that. If you're one of our friends and listeners, go ahead and write in and let us know on the Facebook page if you've tried that before. By the way, Facebook page. Do we mention Facebook page? BJ and Bill the podcast.
Oh, podcast. Oh yeah, no, we didn't.
BJ and Bill the podcast on Facebook. We post our shows and our ideas and our occasionally a joke. So, but let us know. So that's weird and cool. I'll just finish that thought that it's like,
here, talk for a second. I'm going to holler something, and I'm going to have my
he's
microphone.
going to holler
there.
something. Wait a minute.
I'm going to try to
so
get my wife in here, but I don't know if she's hear me or not.
Go ahead. So I think BJ Odom is going to holler to his wife, who is Susan is her name. You know that we've had her on the show before. And
yeah, I don't know. I think
invite her in to probably give us the play-by-play of the night at the haunted house. I'm thinking
the no screen. Well, I thought I heard her say okay, but where is she?
Well, maybe she'll
be
wander
at the
in.
door.
She might wander in later. That's fine. So we can get a first-hand report on the Halloween haunted house. So anyway, how was what was the review from those who did go? Now, wait a minute. What if you're with somebody who wants the screaming part and you're standing right next to them and you don't want the screaming part? That just doesn't seem like it's going to work all of a sudden. I just figured that out.
Okay, now here I'm gonna take this off. She's in her pajamas. I think she's embarrassed, but come in here anyway. He's the only one that can see you.
Yeah,
here,
Susan, nobody can
Bill
see you.
And tell him about your lanyard the other night.
Right.
You had the no scare lanyard. Get down here a little.
Oh, there you go. So, hi, Susan.
Hi, how are you?
We're good. You sound great, so don't worry. So tell me about this no scare thing.
Okay, so I don't know if the other parks have it, but at SeaWorld, they have a no boo necklace.
No boo necklace. I love that.
So, and it lights up. And this year it was the shape of a tombstone.
Of course.
And it lights up. And I love things that light up and twinkle and stuff like that. But I said, yeah, let me get it just in case.
And so what does that mean when you're walking through the haunted house?
The characters or the actors see that you have that lit up and they can't boo you. They can't scare you.
They can't. But isn't the whole point of the haunted house to be scared? I mean,
yeah, but this was my first time, so I wanted to see.
No, I'm not arguing with you because it'd scare the what out of me too. But
I screamed a lot because I found out because one came up to me and she was just the makeup and the eyes and the way they acted kind of scared me, intimidated me.
Right.
and I'm showing my necklace, and she's like, what did you say? I forget.
I can't boo you, but I can talk to you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I can't boo you, but I can talk to you. Really freaky. I said, oh, great. I just spent $20 on this necklace.
So it costs more to not be scared at the haunted house.
And they still scared me.
Wow. I guess my question was, if you're, and I know you were with your daughter and her boyfriend and all that, and they're not wearing the no boo necklace,
No.
They're going to have the scary people come after them, but you're right there with them.
Yeah. So I was holding their hands, and at one point I went to grab the back of Mandy's boyfriend's shirt, and because I got scared, and he turned around and it wasn't him; it was somebody else.
That would be scary. Now that would be scary if you went.
Sorry to the poor guy that I stretched his shirt out. So I had a lot of laughs. It was funny because I'd scream and then I'd laugh because it's kind of silly.
Well, that's the point. I mean, I get it. That's kind of how, I mean, I would hope that's how a fun house is, that's what they call it, a fun house for, right? So there you go.
Right.
Well, good. I'm glad you had a good time. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for the report.
You're welcome. You should try it. Yeah, it's fun.
I just might, but I would probably invest in the no boo necklace as well, because I'm kind of a wuss about that.
Yeah. But if you bring a girlfriend or whatever, you can hold their hand and she'll be all scared and you'll feel like the man, except you'll probably be screaming like a girl.
All true.
And it's even funnier that way.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. We appreciate you. Appreciate your time. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Can I go back now?
Yeah, give me my headphones now.
Oh, yeah. You can take the headphones. There you go. All right. So there you go. Thanks, Susan. She's waving to the crowd. There you go. Thanks. Well, that was awesome. That was interesting.
Yeah. So she got the no. I knew it was a no boo or something. Yeah.
But you pay more for it.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't mean I don't love it, but I'm like, whatever we can do to make another few bucks. So we're going to charge you to go through the haunted house. And now we're going to charge you more to not give you the thing that you were charging you for in the first place.
And what's silly? I don't want to say it. Well, everything's about money in this world.
Of course it is. Of course.
But the park actually, if you're going to like SeaWorld or Universal, they all do these things now. That seems to be the new thing for these theme parks.
Right.
They have the scary night. But like you go, and then all of a sudden, 7:00 comes around or 6:00 or whatever, and then everybody has to leave, and then you come back in, have to buy a whole new ticket. Of course, again.
Sure.
Because of the boyfriend working for corporate. That was nice because, she got in for free, but, she probably bought the no boo bracelet or
no boo
necklace.
I love that. Well, good. That's total news to me. That's totally something I've never heard of before. I love it when those things happen because I'm always curious about the way the world works out there. So awesome. All right.
And I don't know if the rest of the parks have them or not. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they all, all these theme parks, even in other parts of the country. Cause I know, I'm from Indiana. They have Indiana Beach.
Right.
Indiana Beach usually closes now, after Labor Day.
Right.
But they open up again in October and they do a similar thing there, where they put like haunted houses and haunted people. So it happens all across the country. We're just talking about Florida because that's where we happen to be.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. And it's a good way if you're a park like that. And I was thinking I don't know when they close, but again, I know like back up in Ohio, we have a gigantic, almost like a Six Flags kind of a thing. It's that big called Cedar Point up in northwest Ohio on the lake. Up there, and I'm sure they do the same thing because I know they're not open all year round either. So yeah, that's again, like you said, another way to make a buck. So good for them, good for everybody else, and no boo. I'm good. If you didn't have that and you heard, because I'm sure they all pay attention to what each other is doing. It's like, somewhere at Indiana Beach, some little, general manager is thinking to himself, wow, they make another few dollars on people at SeaWorld by doing the no boo. We can do that. We can do that too. Sure. So it probably spreads quickly. All right. Let's take a quick break. Go refill your coffee or just don't scare yourself. Just don't scare yourself because we will be right back. Welcome back. This is BJ and Bill, the podcast, and episode number 157. We're basically into our third full year of fourth full year. We've done 3. This is 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this will be starting 4, yeah.
Unbelievable. So if you're enjoying it as much as we are, please feel free to stop by wherever you get your podcasts delivered, whether that's Apple or Spotify or YouTube Music or iHeartRadio, does not matter. Wherever you get it, you have the opportunity to leave that 5-star review. And if you do, we'll love you forever. Well, yeah, no, we'll love you forever. And we appreciate it. Stop by. If you'd like to leave a comment or a question or a joke or a picture or your favorite haunted house memories, you can do that on the Facebook page. Just do a search for BJ and Bill, the podcast on Facebook, and you will find our page. There you go. So all good.
Now, I remember back when I was younger, and before I actually moved to Florida, I was in the JCs for a while. That's like an organization that helps out the community and things like that, your local JCs. And every year they did a big haunted house where they either, took over an old house or they, took over an old business. Usually it was an old business in downtown, something that, was no longer open or whatever. So they would, refurbish the whole thing and turn it into a haunted house. I remember that was some really good times. I don't know what it is, but it's fun scaring people. Not fun to be scared, but it's fun to scare people.
It's fun to scare people. And now look, all you do is you go to your doctor's office and they scare you. So
yeah.
I don't want to bring the doctor thing back.
I usually scare them more than they scare me.
I think. Really? Okay. All right. So, all right. Well, there you go. That's good. So yeah, I mean, I don't think I ever did anything like that when I was a kid. I do remember, the haunted houses, and when we were in Jersey, they had a lot of farmland around there. Haunted hayride, that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. So, but yeah, I remember all that stuff. That was fun. It's kind of nowadays, it's like it's interesting that we pay big money to go to these places to be scared. I mean, most of real life is pretty scary as it is nowadays. So
but it's fantasy.
Which is the whole point of scary movies, right? That it's going to be over in 2 hours or whatever. And for now, you can scream to your heart's content if that's your thing. Most scary movies now are like, how many different ways can we kill people? And it's like, all right, okay, fine, whatever. It's not like, Hitchcock movies, very few people died, but it was sure terrifying with the way that they set it up. And that, it's like you either saw it coming or didn't see it coming, but then something would happen and you go, did not see that coming, literally.
And what's funny, we're in September, people.
Yes.
So it starts in September, and then goes through October. And I think actually it might even be like the first week in November. They still, like all these theme parks that do these, hollow screams and all that. I think it goes on for, a week after.
It might.
Halloween.
It might. I'm on the mailing list, on the email list for the Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens, which are lovely. And a couple of years ago, I went with the lady I was dating at the time. I went to the Jacksonville Zoo for their, and it wasn't it was a holiday thing. It wasn't a haunted house, but they had a really nice Christmas lights display at the zoo. It was awesome. So I'm telling my lady friend, my current lady friend, that we're going to go back there but again, that's another thing. They open it up like in, November, and then they run it all the way through to Christmas and a little past Christmas. And so, yeah, any way that they can make an extra $1 or $2, that's a good thing. I got no problem with that. So cool.
And then of course they, especially the zoo and booze and whatever, they have like and I think SeaWorld has that too. They have like a daytime edition where it's not scary, but they give candy to the kids that dress up. and
Cool.
then they do it at night for the adults.
Really, candy?
Yeah.
I'll dress up for candy. I'm fine with that.
Well, I think if you go during the day, yeah, I think you can get in that line. Actually, I really do.
I'm down for that. That's awesome.
How come it's only for kids? That's not fair.
That sucks. That really does. Yeah, we need something for adults too.
Of course, us with a little bit of diabetes, maybe I can get a no sugar, no sugar.
Get a no sugar bracelet or yeah
necklace.
Yeah. Oh, here you go, sir. Here's your apple. Congrats. Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm not going to do it. So anyway.
And I will probably, because, it'll go, for another 2 months now. As soon as I start feeling better, I'll go. But
to the hollow screen?
Yeah. I mean, I swear they go every freaking weekend.
Your daughter.
Yeah, but they like because there's some shows involved in it too.
Sure.
And some other things, and they enjoy the shows. And, there's a few little places in SeaWorld that sells adult beverages.
Yes.
And they usually have a show in those establishments. And
yes.
So I know the kids like to go, see a couple of the shows, and I actually know some of the performers too. So
sure.
They like to, go support their friends and
sure
have a few adult beverages while they're there too.
If I could get into that kind of a thing for free, like the boyfriend does there, I would be all over that. And that's one of the reasons I don't have to go to Disney World. I can go to downtown Disney, or whatever, with the shopping and the bar and the movie theater and the whatever. And it was years ago when I was there, but I had a great time. I mean, sat outside and had an adult beverage and a meal at one of the little restaurants along the street there in downtown Disney. Went to see a movie, a couple of other performers on the street and stuff like that. I'm fine with that. That's cool. I'm good with that. Yeah. So.
And it's they got the same thing at Universal. They got City Walk.
Yep. And I couldn't tell you which one I was at. I might have even been at, no, I think I was at Disney. I forget. I don't know. Because they were, at the time, there was this brand new, they just took over one of the storefronts, Facebook/Meta, the company that owns, if that's their parent company, took over one of the empty storefronts and was doing a free demonstration of their game goggle things, whatever the Facebook version is, I forget. But, they let you just use it for 5 minutes they helped you, figure it out. It's like a little shoot 'em up with aliens and stuff like that. And it was free. I'm like, wow, I would have paid for that. That was fun. Don't tell anybody. So again, I don't need to go to the park. It's fun when you can do it, but I don't have to spend $100 to get into the park and then another few $100 for snacks along the way. So anyway,
that's what we have season tickets,
right?
I'm even debating that this year because they come due in October. If I'll get them for next year or not. But
really,
my daughter keeps going, yeah, but you only got to go once a quarter, and you basically pay for itself, Dad.
Well, I was going to ask you that. How much is season tickets for Disney? How much?
There's different levels too.
Of course.
I'm old, I'm decrepit.
You're a senior.
And so I usually get the ticket that's only good Monday through Friday.
Right.
And it's a lot cheaper than all, there's some that 7 days a week. There's some that's, 7 days a week, 365 days. That's like the mega ticket.
Right.
But even my ticket and my wife's got weekends too. So every once in a while she'll go with the daughter.
Okay.
And I'll sit home and watch NASCAR or a good football game.
Right.
And I have no problems with that.
Right. No. So for your cheap ones, your weekday only ones, how much?
I think I pay it's like $28, $32 a month, something like that. $28 or $32 a month.
All right. Let's assume the high end of that, $32 a month. Okay, times 12 is 320, and another 60 is almost $400 for the year.
But if you go, let's just say one day I said, we've got a bunch of people, they're all going to go to Disney World. I'd like to go with them.
Right.
And I just decided to go one day a year.
And so what's the regular weekday admission price?
It's probably going to cost me $120 to $160, depending on the time of the year and everything else.
So what your daughter said is right. If it's $400 for the year, and
I
you
go
only
4
go
times.
once, like she said, once a quarter, you're basically, each visit is costing you $100. At that point, you're breaking even. You got to go more than once a quarter. You don't have to, but I mean, even if you went once a quarter, then you're basically breaking even. And anything more than that, that's bringing that price down. I get it. So if you went like 10 times, that's $40 a piece, basically. So okay. If I lived where you lived, I might consider that. Sure.
Yeah, and Epcot has like a really good concert series. So
right.
we go a lot of times where we'll just go, Now see, I'm different than the wife. The wife will like to grab a little snack. And I'll say, let's wait till we get the heck out of here and stop at, McDonald's or somewhere and get like a $5 meal instead of a $50 appetizer.
Right, right.
So but yeah, I mean, when we go to like the little concerts, and here's the good thing about it too, though, we will go to one of the parks like, Magic Kingdom or something.
Right.
And we'll go for a couple hours.
Right.
And then we'll leave.
Right.
Where, normally if you're going to pay $150 for the day, you're going to go when the park opens and you're going to, leave when the park closes.
Well, sure, because you want to extract every minute of value out of your big ticket. Sure.
Yeah. So, it's nice just to go for, 2 to 4 hours and, just do a few little things. And
you're still paying for parking?
Day. No, with the season tickets, you don't pay for parking.
Okay.
So that's good.
That's good. And then parking is still, I mean, it's not the easiest, but they got the little shuttle vans and they scoot around and pick you up. So it's not terrible. Yeah. Okay. I'm not rushing right out to buy the season tickets today, but I can see the value in that, especially if you live in the area like you guys. Sure.
Yeah. Cause like if they ever get this road done, which I don't think it's ever going to happen. They said that when we first moved into this place 2 years ago, oh yeah, it'll be open any day now.
Oh, sure.
And they're still working on the road. But when we have that direct pass from like our house, it'll be like 10 minutes. We'll be like 10 minutes from
the gate.
From the gate. Yeah.
Yeah. That's impressive. It is. So, all right. Well, that's good. I mean, I wonder if Disney you go there. Have you noticed, or is it noticeable? Are the crowds still just as big and all of that? Or because I've been following the news about Las Vegas, and Las Vegas is hurting big time. I mean, people don't have the money. I mean, you might have noticed there's this recession thing going on. People don't have the money that they used to. And Vegas is like, nobody needs to go to Las Vegas. So the hotel rate, the hotel occupancy is way down. The gambling revenue is down. Las Vegas I'm not going to say it's in trouble, but they're noticing the slowdown. And I'm wondering if you're noticing at the parks, if they're any slower.
Not really.
Not really. Yeah.
But now I'm going to change the subject now. Again, we're the old farts.
Right.
But, people who have kids, when you have kids and they want to go to Disney World or something like that, you're usually going to find the money, save the money.
Right.
People do weird things for their kid. And I'm in that category too, though. I've done, I've spent money on things I would have never even imagined spending money on, for my kids.
Oh, of course.
And I think it's,
I don't have kids, but I understand that completely. I see it all the time. Sure.
So but some of these people, like we'll go, cause sometimes too, and that's what the daughter likes to do. They like to every once in a while just go to a resort and have dinner at a resort, or have a snack or have a drink at one of the resorts.
Right. Oh, you mean on the property?
Yeah. And so I'll go to one of the resorts every once in a while with them. And I'll see these people with like 6 kids. And of course, we're not staying at the resort.
Right.
But I know what the prices of the resorts are.
Yep.
And then when you go in, like, yeah, we might go in one night and we might have a small dinner, like a burger, and maybe some fries and maybe, an adult beverage.
Right.
And okay, let's just say for one person a lot of times we'll get the burger, but my daughter and her boyfriend will split a burger. My wife and I will split a burger,
Wow. That's really frugal of you.
But you split the burger and you still, let's say, okay, so okay, let's just go for all four of us because
Sure.
but we're really eating for two, but we're eating for four, but we're buying for two.
Gotcha.
And our bill, with an adult beverage and everything else is still going to be like $160, and you're like, how do people do this?
Right. And I think you've hit upon the whole thing that, like you said, if you've got a family of 4 or 5 or whatever, mom, dad, 2, 3, 4 kids, and now you got hotel rooms are at, I don't know what, $250, $300 a night. I'm probably lowballing that. And you're eating 3 meals a day or maybe 2 meals plus snacks, that's suddenly a 3 or 4 day vacation at Disney World for a family like that. $10,000 is not out of line.
And then not everyone lives in Florida.
Right.
So you're looking at airfare a lot of times.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
Another reason I'm glad I'm old.
Another reason for what?
I'm glad I'm old.
I'm good. I have said, you and I have talked about that. I have talked about that with our friend Vicky Wagner on our other podcast on the Practical Path. We have talked about that so many times that it's like, I'm not going to say I'm happy to be old because, it's not the greatest. But boy, having had the childhood that we did and the upbringing that we did and the opportunities that we did, I don't want to be too cynical, but boy, it looks pretty hard out there right now. How's your daughter and her boyfriend? How are they doing?
Well, again, he has a corporate job.
Right.
And that helps.
So he's lucky. Not lucky. I mean, he obviously worked for it, but yeah.
And she's a teacher.
Right.
Which don't make the best, but they have the summers off.
Right.
They get by. I mean, they're in a little townhouse.
Right.
That my daughter, was buying before she met him.
Right.
But they're living in a little small townhouse, and they would like a bigger, neighborhood, maybe a house.
Right.
They would like to go. And but I'm going to talk again about my son. He's got a daughter, and I know this kills me, who is 18.
You have a granddaughter. You, BJ Odom, have a granddaughter who is 18.
Yeah.
How's it feeling, Grandpa?
Don't ask me. And then I've got a grandson that's either 22 or 23.
Right.
And I will say this, my son does very well. And, they still live at home. But even my son says, like, how are they going to do it when they need to move out? Because especially in Fort Myers, if you can't, he looks at the rents, he looks at the home prices.
Yeah.
And, he knows what people are making when they're starting out.
Is your grandson, the older one is your grandson? Is he working? Is he working?
Not yet. Well, he works for dad. That helps. But then, he's working to be a pilot, and that should be happening in the next month. So that'll be good.
Wow. Cool.
He's actually going to be, and he's learned that the best way to climb the ladder, if you're wanting to be like a big time pilot, for a major airline,
right?
Sometimes being an educator, like a pilot, like working for a pilot school and being a teacher. Yeah. And then you get more hours too, because, it's all about hours.
Yes. About flying time experience.
As you move up. So they said the best way to get all these flying hours and not have to pay for them yourself is to become a teacher. So.
And we have other people pay for them. I love that idea.
Yeah, that's what happens. Then you have other people that pay you to fly with you as the instructor.
Perfect.
And you're still building hours at the same time.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's going to be hopefully his route, and he should be doing that in the next month or two. He should be, and it looks like the school is already, as soon as he gets through the program, has pretty well said, we'll bring you on.
And the granddaughter, has she got ideas or plans?
Probably live with dad the rest of her life. No, I don't.
I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad thing. I mean, dad's got a nice place down there in Fort Myers. I get it, but you can't really live that way. Well, you could try, but.
So, but she's still a senior in high school. So.
Okay.
Got one more year to go, I think. I think she,
Okay.
I think.
Where's she go? Estero? Where's she going to high school?
Estero.
Estero, yeah.
But she's actually doing her schooling online. So she's kind of like homeschooling, but she does it all online. So she does.
Really?
She has high anxiety.
High anxiety.
I
Where
don't know.
I wonder where she got that from, Grandpa.
I don't know, but she goes to school and she gets off. I don't know. But she's, but I don't know what her dreams or ambitions.
Right.
I don't really know at this point.
I kind of sidebar, as they say in the legal business, that matters. A couple of weeks ago, of course, school just started here. Classes started here at UF at University of Florida in Gainesville. Go Gators! Like 2-3 weeks ago, I forget. It's probably been 2-3 weeks by now. So the apartments are all full. The traffic is busy again, et cetera, et cetera. And I ended up crossing paths several times with a set of parents who were moving their daughter into my apartment, right, literally just 2 doors down the hall from me. My age. I mean, I think people are surprised when they see Bill living at this apartment because it's mostly students. It is, and young people who work at the university. So anyway, I ended up talking with mom and dad. They were from Jupiter, Florida, and he was an attorney. He's getting ready to retire. They're sending their daughter here to UF to the legal school. So she is going to be an attorney. And she's done a lot of the pre stuff. So she's already getting she just needs another year or so. I forget what it is. I don't know how that works. But I didn't talk to dad about it, but if I ever cross paths with the daughter again here at the apartment, I'm really curious to ask her if she's given any thought to the whole AI thing. And you and I have talked about that a bunch, about how AI is going to basically change every job everywhere all the time. And the legal profession is one of the ones that's going to. So again, I'm like thinking all these kids, and they're kids to you and me. All these young people that are going to law school and want to be lawyers and all that. Are there going to be jobs for these? I mean, you think these are high-paying, prestigious, cool jobs. Those jobs just might not be there in 2 or 3 years. I don't know. I guess I'm glad I'm the age that I am.
And I don't know if it's smart or non-smart or whatever, but I told you a while back that there was a company that was looking at my son to help kind of like navigate through the world of digital, because he's been in that space now for 15 years, where radio is just starting to find out, you know what? We can make money off of our digital space. And right. It looks like that's the way we need to be going now.
You think?
So, and I said, I go, well, be careful. Because, you don't want to be giving away any of your dollars. You want to make more dollars being a consultant or whatever. And he goes, I'll just have AI look at the contract. I'm going, I don't know. You might, I'm still the old school. You might still want to talk to a real attorney about that instead of just feeding it through AI and asking the questions. But he is really into the AI, and I think he knows his way around it pretty darn good.
I would think if it were me, I would start with having the AI look at a contract, and I'm sure it's going to flag some spots and say, hey, you might want to check on this. So at that point, now I'm hiring a human attorney, and I'm walking in and I'm showing him those parts that the AI was, a little concerned about. Wrong word, but you know what I'm saying. So, but yes, I get it. And again, this is yet another reason I'm glad that I am the age that I am. I mean, just think about it. And you and I have already had this experience. You and I have already been replaced by AI. It's not perfect.
Let's just say what it is. We've been replaced by a machine.
We have been replaced by a machine. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn close to nailing the voices of BJ and Bill. Having said that, how long before every live human on radio stations coast to coast is replaced by a machine?
Well, my wife's already done that at home, so. I got it in. I said, how am I going to squeeze that line? That's one of my old jokes from my old act. How am I going to get that in?
Replaced by a machine.
It's not AI, but it buzzes.
lives in the drawer next to lives in the drawer of the nightstand until she needs it.
Till the grandbabies come over.
These are the jokes, folks.
This flashlight's not working. What's wrong with this flashlight? Oh, never mind. I got to get a new bulb for it.
Let's see if an AI can come up with a joke like that.
It probably can.
It probably can. Give it enough time. It will. Yeah. When the AI starts making computer jokes, we will know that we are no longer needed. Us humans are just, forget it. It's over. Sorry. That's awesome. That's a good way to end the show, BJ Odom. We finally got one damn joke.
Yeah.
People had to wait an hour to get it. One damn joke.
But damn, it was worth it. It
was worth it. It really was. Yeah. It would have been fun to open with that, but that's okay. It's good. It's all good.
That was a closer joke, man.
That's right. That's the one you go, thank you. Be here all week. And you're off the stage. I love that. Final thoughts. Are you going to go? So what's the next doctor's appointment? Just let us know.
Surgeon tomorrow.
Tomorrow as we record.
To see how everything is healing.
We're good.
And then you want the whole week?
No.
Wednesday, I think I got a foot.
No, I just wanted the latest. Yeah. So you got tomorrow. I've got a week from today. Of course, you and I record the show on a Monday. So
wait.
I'm going back to my eye doctor, check on this little bubble level thing going on in my eyeball.
No, it'll be the 10th.
Okay.
This show will be released on the 10th, if I'm right.
There you go. All good.
And so, and 9/11 is happening. I was going to mention that. And here we are at the end of the show, 9/11. That's when you and I were back at Clear Channel at WOLZ. And we were just doing a show. That's where the rules changed in radio, where every studio after that date had to have a television on and all with the news channel on at 24/7. So
broadcasting changed forever on that day. It really did. That might be something worth chatting about next week, maybe when we record the show. Thank you for reminding me of that. So yeah, I like that. I think that would be a good remembrance kind of a thing. So,
and that's a day that BJ and Bill remember well, working at Clear Channel in Fort Myers, Florida, or someone calls us on our hotline and we go, BJ and Bill, how you doing? Somebody just hit the tower with an airplane. What?
Right.
And then 2 seconds later, somebody came in and said they hit another one.
Right.
Another plane hit.
Save the story. We'll do that. I like that. I write that down. We'll do that whole story next week as a memory. I think that's a good one. I do. So yeah.
All
righty. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We appreciate you being here with us. Remember, if you get the opportunity to stop by where you get your podcasts, Apple, iHeartRadio, YouTube Music, doesn't matter. Leave that 5-star review for this and any other favorite podcast playground program you might be enjoying. How's that?
Ooh.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. A little promo there. It's all good. Thanks. We'll see you again next week. Until then, just up to BJ Odom to say,
see ya.
Flip the dial, take a ride back in time when the airways were golden and the DJ shined. 2 mics, 2 guys, and a whole lot of laughs. Living like legends, bringing stories back. No script, no rules, just telling it all. From theme park tales to a pickleball call.